My dear students, I am so sorry. I just realized that the video before had a very bad sound. I hadn't realized it. I don't know what happened. I think it was when I uploaded it into the channel, the YouTube channel. So I have to repeat it. I'm so sorry. Anyway, if you have seen or watched the one before, you may have understood a lot of things, but this time you're going to understand better because there is no bad sound, okay? So what we are going to do is to repeat everything I taught you in last video, and we are going to start by understanding what a database is and how to organize and develop a relational database. Well, we already know what a database is, but we are going to talk about organizing it in order to manage it in the best way possible. Okay, so let's start. Understanding a database means what are the components or what are the parts of the database, but also what are the sources of the database and what are the IDs that identify items in such a way that are unique. That is a very important thing. For example, a unique item like a customer or like a product or like a cashier or like whatever has to have a, a an item, I mean a code or an ID which identifies it in a unique way. No other item may or can or should have the same ID. It is like what we call the ID, the citizenship ID in Colombia, cédula. And there is no ID repeated or equal to any other one. Okay, so let's start. That is a database. Now, organizing a database in order to convert it into a relational database means that we have to extract the tables and develop sometimes the tables that we are going to use to code, which are lookup tables, and the ones that we are going to use to do or make transactions, which are called fact tables, as we know. And then we relate them by IDs, as I explained in the last class. Okay, so in Excel, we have almost always, almost all the companies manage a lot of information in Excel. And that is not bad, but it's not so good when you have to relate tables or information and you have to organize the information in such a way that it is easier to extract information to make decisions or easier to analyze information to find tendencies or find mistakes or find well, whatever you're looking for. But the fact is that sometimes you're going to get information from different sources or from the same source in just a table, right? And you have to mix them by IDs. Let's see how. This is an Excel file about sales in an American company, or I mean a United States company, and they call it an order, and they classify the orders depending on what they are selling. So they have an ID of the order, which is the column B, order ID, and they have a date, a ship mode. And for example, the ship mode is a text. It shouldn't be a text because you have to classify each ship mode or shipping mode with an ID in order to identify it in the database as an ID, not as a text, because thereafter you're going to be to find that it is difficult to relate it to other informations. Now, as you can see, the column F has the customer ID, and the G column has the name of the customer. So it is not necessary to have the ID and the name of the customer because the ID identifies in a unique way the customer, okay? And so on. Segment should be an ID. Country, city, state, postal code, and region should be coded together with the ID of the city, which is what we matter, what we are interested about knowing. What city did we send that to? Okay, so the fact is that we are going to code the city together with the country, state, postal code, and region. And here in the sales table, which is a fact table, we are going only to include the ID of the city, right? Okay, so let's start understanding what steps we're going to follow in order to organize and to convert the plain database into a relational database. We can do it with many programs like Excel, sorry, like Access, like SQL, like SQL Pro, etc. There are many programs to do it. Okay, so the steps are first of all to convert the, I mean, to extract from the main table the pivot tables, then to copy each table to a new sheet and name it as an lookup table or a fact table, then eliminate duplicates of items, then replace text by IDs in the main table, as I explained before, then eliminate unnecessary data because it is already in the coding tables or lookup tables. Then separate order tables into fact table orders and sub-fact table orders and import them into a program that is able or that is suitable to do relational tables, relational databases. So there are many. Okay, and then we have to change data type of category and subcategory ID, both in LT products and LT category and LT subcategory, and I am going to explain why afterwards. And then we have to relate them one to many or many to many if it were the case. Okay, okay, right. Now this is how it's going to be at the end of the story, which means that now you have all the tables as LT tables or lookup tables and as fact tables, which means that the fact tables are related to lookup tables in such a way that lookup tables fit the fact table or the main table. Okay, instead of having one table only in which you should for example, if you sell to a customer many items 10, 12, 13, whatever, you should in a unique table you have to repeat again and again and again and again the code of the sale or of the order and the code of the customer and the code of each product and blah blah blah. Okay, so whenever you have a relational database, it is not necessary to repeat in the order table the customer, the product, etc. But you have an order table and then you have a subtable, which we are going to call a fact table, in which you are going to store the products, the whole quantity of products you are selling to the customer. So you have two tables. Okay. On the other hand, you're going to start or you're going to download the Tableau because we are going to start working with Tableau. Um, this is the address and I'll put it in the virtual classroom for you as a student to download the Tableau. It is free, you don't have to pay anything, and we are going to use the free license for students. I am going to use the teacher's license and you're going to use the student's license. Whenever you click on it, you're going to find this screen as you see here, and then you're going to find this one. Well, when you go download, when you go downwards, you are going to find the information they are asking you for, and the information has to have um, university email. You cannot work with, I mean, they don't receive a personal email. Has to be the university email, and you have to write down in two parts, wherever it says school issued email and confirm school issued email. Okay, then you fill out all of the information and you click, and you're going to receive backwards. I mean, you're going to receive an email with the information for you to get Tableau. And then you're going to install it as any program. Double click on the exe, and you will have the, um, the program to start working next week. Okay.